Frisk on, baby. Woohoo! Now, this new administration, the Trump administration, moves to accelerate AI-powered hookups. Well, okay, that's great because the big corporations, the big tech companies, boy, they are sure rushing to fund it. But when you rush and you're not really paying attention, you could have some problems. And I think amid the data center lending probed by the Bank of England, amid the AI bubble fears, they're seeing some dangers and some red signals that are flashing. You need to slow down. You need to see what's really happening, because when push comes to shove, a lot of these large tech companies, they have a greater flow of money than many countries. And at the end of the day, we've talked about the rise of the data centers and AI and all of that, but who's going to be more important if it's these private corporations that are building this data center? They will be sucking the energy and the water away from the normal public. And I think it should be pretty clear to everybody who is just the right size to fail and deal with that. And that takes us back to being prepared. Right? You need to have independence and your own sovereignty, being as independent and self-sufficient as possible in food, water, energy, security, barterability, which for me is primarily silver, wealth preservation, which for me is primarily gold. The community, the local community, is the way to make that happen and create that surety for you. Because we are in a battle, my friends, a battle royale. We better all come together and help each other locally, but also help each other globally. Because these governments, does it really seem to you like any government out there is looking at what's in the public's best interest first? Because I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere in the world. But I see it with gold and I see it with silver. And not the spot market contracts that mean nothing. They're just a tool of trade. But the physical metals, where you have the broadest base of buyer because they're used in every single sector of the global economy. This stores energy. Those AI data centers and the cryptocurrencies, they use up the energy. They do it to make it look like this, but let me tell you, this Bitcoin, this physical representation of Bitcoin or any of them, they ain't gold. They're not silver. That's what you and I need to be holding to weather this storm. And I know if we come together in local community, we can create surety in all of those areas, because you can't live without food and you can't live without water. So you need to make sure that you have security in those areas, especially. It's critically important. It's, when the system died in 2008, it's when I became a prepper and an urban farmer to create that surety. And I put in 5 different rain catchments to make sure that I could secure water. What are you doing? Get it done. Whatever that is, and however we can be of service to you, we are happy to do that. And until next we meet, please be safe out there. Bye-bye.